Hi guys and girls, Chaotic here. We're going to be looking at 8 Ball's Games with Gold. It's a very, very good month. There's 4 crackers, and I would say the best yet on both consoles. You've got 2 really good Xbox One games and some tidy Xbox 360 games, which of course are backwards compatible. So without further ado, let's start off with number 1. First up, we've got a game called Rise, Son of Rome, available from April the 1st. It's a third-person action-adventure hack-and-slash video game developed by Crytek and published by Microsoft Studios. Set in an alternative version of Rome, Rise follows the life of the Roman centurion Marius Titus as he becomes one of the leaders in the Roman legion. Gameplay revolves around Marius using his sword to strike enemies and shield to deflect attacks. Execution sequences are featured in the game, which are quick-time events that serve as an extension to combat. The game's combat emphasises on flow, a term referring to a player's ability to move on to fight against another enemy upon defeating an enemy with few limitations in between. The game features a cooperative multiplayer mode, which tasks players to fight against waves of enemies in maps that are changing dynamically. And second up on the Xbox One, available from April the 16th, is a game called The Walking Dead Season 2. Similar to the previous season, The Walking Dead Season 2 is a point-and-click adventure game. The player in control of Clementine can direct the character around the environment, examine and interact with various scenery elements, and collect and use objects to advance the story. The player can initiate conversations with non-player characters via conversation trees. Certain replies from other characters may offer the player multiple choices to select from, including the option to stay silent, with a limited amount of time to make the selection. If the player does not select an option, the conversation will continue as if they had stayed quiet. Such choices can affect how the other characters will react to Clementine, which can influence later events in the story. Other scenes are more action-orientated, requiring the player to complete quick-time events to avoid Clementine or her allies from getting killed. If the player fails these events, the game will restart at the start of each of such scenes. Such action scenes may also require the player to make a key decision within a limited time frame, such as which of the 2 characters to save from attacking walkers. And your first backwards compatible game on the Xbox 360 is available from April 1st, is a game called Darksiders. It's an action role-playing hack-and-slash video game developed by Visual Games and published by THQ. In Darksiders, the player takes control of War, one of 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, in third-person perspective and engages in combat, puzzles and exploration. The world is divided into separate locations, with many areas initially inaccessible until War regains many of his lost weapons and abilities. The centre of the world, the Scalding Gallows, acts as a hub where War is given new objectives and paths to further unlock new areas. Each contains a series of linear and non-linear paths, many of which require large sections of platforming, climbing and swimming, along with environment-based puzzles that impede progress and require the use of newly gained abilities. He fights mainly against angels and demons and has a unique way to kill each particular type of enemy, usually tearing them apart painfully. That's Darksiders on the Xbox 360. And your second offering on the Xbox 360 is available from April the 16th, is a game called Assassin's Creed Revelations. Assassin's Creed Revelations is set in an open world and presented from the third-person perspective, with a primary focus on using Ezio's, Desmond's and Altair's combat and stealth abilities to eliminate targets and explore the environment. One of the protagonists, Ezio, is free to explore the assassin's base in the city of Constantinople and the city itself to complete side missions away from the primary storyline. Critical response towards the game was positive, with praise directed at the narrative, the detailed environments, well-written protagonists, pacing of the plot and the satisfying ending of the game. Although some reviewers noted that the gameplay of the series was getting overly familiar and the newly introduced features lacking in comparison to the ones introduced in previous titles of the series. The game was a large commercial success, outperforming the sales of its predecessors. Well, here you have April's offerings, guys. I'm very impressed. I think it's way ahead of the game, especially on the 2 consoles. It's up to Sony now to react and release something of the same quantity and quality. Very impressed guys, hope you've enjoyed the video and I'll catch you on the next one.